You're listening to IChampionHealth Chats, the podcast dedicated to improving health for all in Lexington, Kentucky. Each episode will connect you with champions in our community who will share powerful stories, expert insights, resources to explore, and ways you can promote health for all. Let's lock in and learn how we can champion health together.
Excuse me, Mr. Gio.
Yeah, what's up?
What does it take to become a champion?
You gotta dream, you gotta think, you gotta act, you gotta ball, you gotta bleed, and most important, you gotta believe.
You gotta dream like a champion, think like a champion, act like a champion, say I'm a champion. Soar like a champion, bleed like a champion, look in the mirror and believe you're a champion. You gotta dream like a champion, think like a champion, act like a champion, say I'm a champion. Soar like a champion, bleed like a champion, look in the mirror and believe.
Welcome to the IChampionHealth Chats podcast. I am your host, Gerald Gibson, giving every opportunity. I am a community program coordinator and founder of the Operation Making a Change program, violence prevention and intervention. And joining me today, my co-host, Jakob Hester.
Yeah, I am program coordinator for IChampionHealth and a producer on the podcast. I also want to give a shout out to Lloyd, Hector, and Zeph, who are behind the cameras right now. They were integral in the launch of this podcast. And I also want to give a shout out to Amanda for the look on this podcast.
All right, so we are here to launch our brand new podcast, IChampionHealth Chats. And here are some of the things that you can expect from our first season. So before we get into that, let's take a step back and explain how did we even get here.
Yeah, so iChampionHealth at its core is really just a community engaged project dedicated to improving health for all in Lexington, Kentucky. Our project, including this podcast, is currently supported by funds made available by the Kentucky Department for Public Health's Office of Health Equity from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. iChampionHealth is a collaboration between the Prevent Community Engaged Alliance and the UK College of Education, Operation Making a Change, and the United Way of the Bluegrass. The Prevent Alliance is led by Dr. Melinda Ickes, who is Assistant Dean for Research at the UK College of Education, and she's also the iChampionHealth Program Director. Our broader team aims to support health promotion efforts through community partnerships, research, youth and young adult empowerment, advocacy, and hands-on experiences for college students and future professionals. All right, Mr. Gio, can you tell us a little bit about OMAC?
I can. So OMAC is a violence prevention and intervention program based right here in Fayette County and other surrounding counties. And what we do is we focus on violence prevention, intervention, gang prevention, crime prevention, you name it. And our goal is to continue to keep our young youth down a successful path in life.
And our other partner on this project is the United Way of the Bluegrass. I'll save their introduction for our first episode because CEO Timothy Johnson will be joining us, and I'll let him explain. But I'm really excited for you all to learn about the United Way of the Bluegrass as well. But what we've been doing over the past 6 months or so, we've had some health empowerment lessons in schools and youth programs around Fayette County. We've had community events, and we've been hosting a champion development program for youth and adults. Throughout, though, we've been listening to communities like East End, Cardinal Valley, and Saddle Run to learn what they care about related to health and what makes them so special.
Okay. All right, so here's what you can expect going forward. As the name implies, I'll be chatting each week with a different health champion from the Lexington community. They'll share powerful personal stories, expert insights, resources to explore, and ways you can promote health for all. A different one of our team members, including youth and adults from our Champion Development Program, will join me for each of these 20 to 30-minute conversations. We've got a great list of guests in store who will touch on what we've heard from the community. Topics like basic needs, mental health, violence prevention, vaccines, and more. So be sure to follow us, #iChampionHealth Chats podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and more. You can also follow us on social media by searching @iChampionHealth.
All right, Mr. Gio, let's close with a positive question and a fun one. What are you looking forward to most with this podcast?
I am looking forward to growing and learning more about what I'm doing here. And also, I'm looking forward to hearing from the community where we can continue to be very helpful in our communities.
Absolutely. We've got a great list in store. I'm really excited to see you grow as a podcast host. I'm excited to get some of our team members in, and I'm excited to lift some voices and shine some light on some great people that are doing a lot of great work here in the communities around the area. So I'm really looking forward to that. But we've also got a random fun question that we'll give to each guest, and the host and co-host will also answer it. Nobody knows what it is in advance, so we'll kick off that segment
That sounds like
with
fun.
the two of us.
Okay. All right. Something random. What we got here?
If you could donate $1 million to charity, which would you choose?
Charity. Is that a trick question? Let's see. So if I had a $1 million donation to contribute to a charity, it would have to be something based on criminal justice, social justice, helping people that are a part of the system, that are going through the rehabilitation process, help them function in society, somewhere along that line.
I think you know my answer. I would cut a fat check to OMAC for sure.
Well, thank you very much.
I've seen some excellent work from you all. It's been such a great partnership. Really enjoyed working with you all and keeping that partnership going. So yeah, if I had $1 million to give, I certainly would give it to you all and watch you all grow.
All right, let's hope we get that $1 million, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So thank you, viewers and listeners, for tuning in to IChampionHealth Chats. Again, I am your host, Gerald Gibson, giving every opportunity. My co-host, Jakob Hester. And remember, change starts with self.
Thank you for tuning in to IChampionHealth Chats. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to hit the follow button in your favorite podcast app and share with your community. You can connect with us by searching at IChampionHealth on social media or by emailing ichampionhealth@uky.edu. iChampionHealth is a collaboration between the University of Kentucky Prevent Alliance, Operation Making a Change, and the United Way of the Bluegrass. The iChampionHealth team encourages you to get vaccinated for COVID-19 and stay up to date with boosters. Vaccines are a safe and effective way to protect yourself and your community. This podcast was supported by funds made available by the Kentucky Department for Public Health's Office of Health Equity, from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, National Center for STLT, Public Health Infrastructure and Workforce, under RFA OT 21-2103. The contents of the podcast are those of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official position of or endorsement by the Kentucky Department for Public Health or the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.